This girl is banging.
This is my go-to curry stew, and I'm going to show you how to make it. It's super simple, but so full of flavors. And this time I tried it with a lentil wrap. Oh my gosh, I can't decide which one is better, the wrap or the roti.
Oh my god. Greetings, my name is Mygella, and today we're going to make my all-time favorite dish. Guess what it is?
Well, you don't have to guess because you already know.
Curried Irish potatoes with yard-long beans. And we're gonna make it with a beautiful split pea wrap, which are just 2 ingredients.
Split peas and water, and I spiced it with garlic, salt, and cumin seeds. Very simple. Now the first thing I did is soak my split peas overnight with a few cloves of garlics, and what these garlics do is remove most of the gas. So if you're gonna boil them, you don't have to boil them for hours. But in our case, we want them to be soft enough so we can blend it.
Now we're going to start off by first cutting the ingredients that we need. Key ingredient, garlic, lots of it. Onion, very simple. We only have garlics, onion, hot pepper, of course. We have our Irish and our yard-long beans. Let me see how much we're gonna use. How much garlics. Now here we have 6 cloves. This should be enough. And as I always say, I like to crush crush my garlics first because it makes it so much easier to peel off the skin. See how easy the skin comes off? I like to cut the ends. Start by the flat part, and I cut it and then pull off the skin. Same thing with the other end. And there you have it. You can't tell me that I'm the only one who likes my kitchen clean and likes to clean up right away. I mean, it's so much peaceful in the mind. I'm gonna rinse it in some water. Alright, my pepper is already washed. This too we're gonna rinse. Alright, now let's start by peeling the potato. I don't have a potato peeler. I'm doing it ancient style. No potato peeler. Now I have some water here so we can rinse off the dirt. And don't judge the knife because it's very sharp. It might look like a bread knife, but it's not a bread knife. Or is it? I don't know, but it's my favorite knife. That's all I know. That is all I know. I tell you, this dish is really my go-to. So easy to make and with so much flavors. So much flavors. I could actually eat curry every day. That's no cap. I could literally eat curry every day. It's so soothing. And curry is made from turmeric, and turmeric has anti-inflammation benefits, so it's also good for the body. All right, so we're gonna clean up the peels, because yeah, else there's gonna be error in my head. Now the cutting. Start off with the garlics. You know how it goes. Boop, bop, turn, boop, bop, and then like this you get the small dices. And I could use a chef knife, but I really love this knife, and it just allows me to really feel my ingredients, connect to the garlic and the tiny pieces that I'm creating, and just, yeah, the texture, everything, the whole process. It also brings me back to my childhood, because my mom always used to cut, or still cuts her garlics like this, and I literally watched her cook as a child. So yeah, lots of memories. Now we're gonna move this to the side. See if it's still filming. And it is. The reason why I'm doing that is because my previous video, which video was that again? Oh yeah, the rice and peas without the rice. I forgot to press play by a very crucial part, and we don't want that to happen again. So okay, nice hot pepper. Yep, it's very hot. You can smell it. All right, put that here, put this here, you know. Now I like to work time efficient, so I'm not cutting one by one. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna take a pile, take the ends, bring all the ends together. And we're gonna cut this off because, you know, we're not using that. Cut this off. And then I go slanted. Now the ends, we don't use that.
I was trying to do a little thing and it kind of, you know. But hey, this is the end result. Let me show you how I cut my potatoes. And don't you just love the sounds of the birds in the background? Those are real birds, okay? It's not no audio sound, it's real birds. Big reason why I love cooking in nature. Like, I am so aware of what is happening around me. I can hear the birds, I can feel my ingredients, I can totally connect and be in the moment. So since we're cooking outside, I decided to blend my split peas in advance. Remember, I put garlic, my cumin seeds, and some salt. And now I'm going to start by showing you how I make my curry stew. Of course, we start off by first frying and caramelizing our onions and hot pepper. And if you watch my videos before, you know that caramelization is one of my favorite and most important step in cooking, because this activates the flavors and the textures of the onion, and it's really the flavor base of the entire dish. Now, as I'm doing all of this, I am preheating my pan for when I'm going to start frying my wraps.
Oh, you can only smell the aroma. Oh my gosh.
So basically, you're gonna fry them until slightly brown before you add your garlics to the mix, and continue that process and allow all the flavors of the garlics to merge in. Let it fry for a minute or two before you add your curry powder. I would say you can add about a half teaspoon. You don't want to add too much, because if you add too much curry powder, your stew becomes bitter. Now, after adding your curry powder, you want to mix it together with your caramelized ingredients and keep stirring, because you don't want the curry to burn, because if the curry burns, your stew also be turned. Gosh, got me making up words. Becomes bitter. So the next step is very crucial. You see, I added a little bit of water, and I did that because I am now in the process of creating that sauce. So bit by bit, I add more water, allowing all the flavors to merge together and create this vibrant and rich sauce. And because I want to be in control of this process, I don't just pour a bunch of water in it. I want to avoid risking making it too watery. I don't want my sauce to be too watery. I want it to be nice, rich, and thick. So as you add the sauce, you're stirring, the water is evaporating, you add more water, and the same thing is happening over and over again. And at a certain point, you will notice that your sauce becomes thicker and thicker. I tell you, this cooking thing is really being an alchemist. You have to be able to work with the fire, the temperatures of the fire, the amount of water you're using to get a certain texture. Now, once you get a thick texture, you're gonna add your Irish potatoes. Now, you're gonna mix everything together and make sure that every potato is covered with curry sauce. And as you're mixing, you know, it's frying, because remember, your pan is still on. It's still on high heat. It's frying. It's, you know, doing its thing. Now, the next thing you're gonna do is enhance the flavors with either vegetable stock cubes or pink Himalayan salt. And this time around, I decided to use some vegan vegetable stock cubes. Now the mixing continues, and at a certain point, you're gonna see that your curry is starting to get a little darker. The color is getting richer. Your potatoes are totally covered. And then you're gonna add some water. You want this water to cover all your potatoes. Now the process of actually cooking and softening your potatoes can start. Now cover your pot and let it cook for 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes, we're gonna see what the process is and what it's looking like. And here you can see that it's bubbling up nicely. Now we're gonna give it a little stir, do a little taste test, and let the cooking process continue, which means cover the pot. Now let it cook for another 5 minutes, and we're gonna move on to the wraps. So like I said before, you want to preheat your pan, and once your pan is hot enough, you're going to add your blended split peas into that pan. And when adding it, aim to pour it in the middle of the pan so it can spread out by itself. Now you want to make sure that every part of the pan is covered so you can get nice, big, round, flat wraps. And this is the process where you just have to let the wraps be. Let them do the thing. Don't go, you know, poking and trying to see if it's ready. Let it do its thing, because else this will happen, okay? And we don't want that. So give it some space, give it some room. And once you notice that the wrap is not sticking to your pan, you can successfully move it around. And once it's moving around without sticking to the pan, you can then flip your wrap. Yeah, I need to work on that flip. And this is the result. Ta-da! So all you need to do now is transfer it to a plate and just simply repeat the process. Now the 5 minutes have passed. Let's check the stew, and you can see that water has evaporated into a nice thick stew. The potatoes are soft, so what we're gonna do next is add our yard-long beans to this mix. The reason why we didn't add the yard-long beans right away is because I simply like my vegetables to be a little bit crunchy, so I always tend to add them once my potatoes are already soft. After you added your beans, you're gonna add a little bit of water, mix everything together, and allow the cooking to continue. So now that everything is mixed, you're gonna cover your pot and let it cook for another 5 minutes. And this is the end result.
Oh heck yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Wraps are ready, stew is ready. Now let's plate. And I really encourage you to try this meal. So if you have reached so far, I first want to say thank you. And the second thing I want to say is try this meal because it's super amazing. I can't wait to see what the next recipe will be that I'll be making for you. Oh my gosh. If you have any ideas or if there's something you want to see me make, definitely let me know in the comments. Because I too am excited to explore and experiment with different recipes. Now I would love to welcome you to the tribe. So click the subscribe button and like this video to support the channel. You liking this video also tells YouTube like, hey, this lady is making some bomb plant-based food and other people gotta see it too.
Oh my gosh.
Did I tell you that we already have 27 subscribers? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. No, but for real, I am so happy. I am creating my community here of people who all want to eat great food, stay connected to their Caribbean heritage, and I'm just loving it, man. See you in the next one.